magnificent European capital. And members of family, daughters and sons of Kiev Prince, they were married with all the major families, royal families in Europe. It was a big honor for King of France to marry a daughter of Kiev Prince Yaroslav the Wise. And we know that is a historical fact that then they got married, and her name was Anna. She left Kiev for Paris. And when she arrived in Paris, soon she wrote a letter to her father saying, "Father, why you have done this to me? This is terrible, dirty, ugly city Paris compared to our magnificent home city Kiev." And she did a lot to help France to become more educated, more clean. And this is not a joke, that's reality at that time. But then Mongols came, the Mongol invasion, and Kiev was destroyed. Then we have several centuries of order rule. That is exactly when Moscow became a city of any significance. And actually Moscow was founded by Kiev Prince as a small village in 12th century. So when you listen to Russian propaganda and they say that Ukraine is intrinsic Russian land, that we are Russian people, this is complete nonsense. It is true that we have been existing together in Russian Empire since 1654, but nothing else. So let's begin looking at nice pictures I brought to you, and let's begin from our major symbol, the coat of arms, which is trident. You see it here. This is very ancient symbol, and it of big significance. Actually, you can look at it as a kanji, because you have 4 letters of our alphabet embedded in this, and they means voля, freedom. And we have it as a major part of our coat of arms, which represents Ukraine in 2 parts. Western part is a lion, and eastern part, that's you see a Cossack. That's what is that? You see Cossacks. Those pictures, of course, this is piece of art, but actually they're very similar resemblance to Cossacks as we know them. So they were very brave warriors. They were fears of nothing. I would like you to understand that Ukraine never annexed any other territory of any other country. We are a peaceful nation. We just, very deeply inside, we are free. And those Cossacks, they were organized in a self-organized manner. So they would elect a military commander named Hetman, and they would be they would give oath to follow his rulings, but they have had a right to change him if he is not behaving as the community of Cossacks believes so. So this culture existed for centuries until Russia destroyed it, because they were very much afraid. Those Cossacks too. You know, that is part of our culture, which you understand. This is movies about 3 funny Cossacks, and that is to say that, again, we consider them as warriors, but at the same time, they're part of our heart, they're part of our soul. Very sweet, very nice, very, very happy to participate in different endeavors. That you see how different artists compare samurai culture and Cossacks. And I hope you would feel that all those pictures done by kids or by professional manga artists or by Ukrainian artists, you see that for us it's so natural to see this resemblance in a warrior, the one who follows rules of war, who never do any acts of dishonor. That is exactly when it comes to our understanding of our culture from where we came from. That is exactly why when we see now, when we read news, and when we have confirmations what is happening in occupied, temporarily occupied parts of Ukraine, and when we see atrocities done or conducted by Russian army, when we see that they rape children, they kill elders, they kill civilians in hundreds, they have absolutely no morale, they loot our homes, they destroy universities, schools and kindergartens. When you understand that you see the difference between us and them, because we are humans and they behave like animals. Normal people cannot behave like this. That is exactly why we are not them. Because we cherish our culture, which is very similar, as I said, to high morale of people, even their warrior, if they have to kill, if they have to fight. But at the same time, they follow moral rules. This is very important. Ukraine is very rich in culture. You can see our Ukrainian girls, and this is very famous outfit, very traditional costume. Ukraine, we call vishvanka. We have zillion different variations of vishvanka. That special embroidery done in a very particular manner. In each region of Ukraine, we have different styles, different colors, but mostly you can very easily distinguish those costumes. It's amazing, nothing special, nothing unusual. But in Ukraine, it's so popular and it's so nice that we love to celebrate, we like to wear them. We have, each year we have one day when all Ukrainians around the globe, they wear vishvanka. We call it Vishvanka Day. And you can see, this is in eastern and western parts, Zakarpattia, on each region of Ukraine, you see a little bit different costumes. But they are very popular, and by the way, it's not because of this war, but even much earlier, we see all the major model fashion warehouses and big names, they began to produce specifically women outfit, dresses and blouses in Vishvanka style, because it's simply beautiful. We have, as you have in Japan, a lot of different art, which traditional art, which you can do if you skilled enough with your hands. You see on the upper picture, that's famous eggs, Ukrainian Christmas eggs. When you paint it in again, you can't repeat it. It's like hanko. Each hanko is unique. So the same egg, you can't repeat this egg. Each one who painted in a specific manner, you have to have some skills, but it can be done easily, even by beginners. We conduct from time to time with the embassy, we conduct master classes to paint pisankas. And it's very well attended, very popular among Japanese friends. And then they come, even from first lesson, they can make some simple pisanka, but actually there's endless. We have, as you have in Japan, we love to work with wood in different manners, and you see examples of this production. And again, you can find a lot of similarity in this. This is amazing that being that apart, we are doing almost the same. And you see, I told you about Vishvanka, different styles. And you see name of the region of Ukraine and pattern which you can attribute to this region. Exactly in each prefecture in Japan, you love to have your mascot, your special food, so something which distinguishes your prefecture from another prefecture. So that's exactly we distinguish by Vishvanka style. Food, very popular thing in Japan. Again, in Ukraine, we have our own special food. Of course, I hope many of you know borscht, very famous beetroot soup, red one. And you see it on the left picture. It's very tasty, it's very healthy, it's very popular, and it's so intrinsic to our culture That's even UNESCO recognized it as part of Ukrainian legacy. Vareniki, this is the closest you can know that's gyoza. But difference is that gyoza has very specific filling. Vareniki is unique that you can put anything inside, whatever anything eatable, what you can find, whether vegetables or fruits or cheese or meat, fish, whatever you want, you can put inside, it will be very tasty. It's an amazing thing. I don't know how we do that, but it's a fact. You can go to a Ukrainian restaurant and see like 500 different variants of vareniki. And again, it's very tasty and not that expensive to prepare, and very good. As well, bread. Bread, that's our profession. That's our nature. We are traditional agricultural people. We feed the world. We grow grain. We grow sunflower. By sunflower oil and sunflower seeds, Ukraine is #1 in the world. Ukraine is #3 in the world by grain production. So we feed the world. The situation we are now is terrible for us because of Russian invasion. We are not able to supply grain to the world markets. The result of this, hundreds of millions of people may find themselves in hunger because they blocked our ports and they destroy our storages for food. And now even Ukraine, being that rich in land, that rich in culture of production of food, needs assistance. And by the way, Japan provides a part of this assistance. Although, as I said, for us it's so unusual. We feed the world. We never ask anybody to feed us. But now, because of this war, specifically eastern part of Ukraine, which is traditional agricultural area, it's so destroyed that we need assistance. But basically, bread, that's our specialty. That's when we talk about culture. That you see opera theaters, Odessa, Kyiv, Lviv, they're among the best in the world. They are built as Vienna, as any other country where you have ancient architectural traditions. That's because